Hey, Chris, have you ever seen those hey Zerio Yeti, have you ever seen those game ads and you're like, huh, I would like to try and play those, but then the game that they're advertising is nothing like the game that they're showing?
Yes.
Well, apparently somebody has created a collection called "Yeah, you want those games, right? So here you go. Now let's see you clear them." It is a giant puzzle game of all of those kinds of games, like the sorting colors one, the pulling the pins one, the one where you fight people in different towers. This is the first one. I know there's a second one that has other games, but we're gonna play a little bit of this for Random Fact Friday. Oh yeah,
Huh.
I've also played a little bit offline, and I've not offline, but I've opened up other levels. So
First random fact is we're about to have another Chernobyl nuclear disaster.
oh no.
Because back in February of 2025, so this year, Russia uh, hit the Chernobyl nuclear sarcophagus
Mm-hmm.
with a drone and ripped a giant hole in the side of it,
Well, shit.
of the outer shielding, which, because the outer shielding was also lined with a lot of insulating, like rainproof material,
Mm-hmm.
uh, to both like keep stuff from leaving and then keeping stuff from going in. It wasn't just like a plate of metal, because there was a sheet of metal, the insulation, another sheet of metal.
Mm-hmm.
That caught the insulation all caught on fire.
Oh fuck.
So for the last several months, literally people in Ukraine, while dodging bullet fire by Russia, have been having to cut open sections, put out fire, try and seal it back up. And that's not even addressing the massive hole in the side. So it's approaching the rainy season
Mm-hmm.
and the storm season. They have not been able to patch it because they've been focusing on putting out the fires, and then also Russia keeps cutting off supply stuff to them. So it looks like probably going to end up with another Chernobyl reactivation,
Well.
because if the weather and stuff gets inside the outer shielding, there is the sarcophagus they built around the Chernobyl plant itself. But that was not designed well. It wasn't designed to last 30 years, let alone almost 50 that it's been. That's why they built the outer containment shell back in like 2008, which was a massive feat of engineering because it had to be bigger than the outer containment shell, which itself was bigger than the nuclear plant. So if the sarcophagus collapse, which it very well might, which is why they built the outer container thing to begin with, if it collapses, Chernobyl's going to restart.
Well.
Very high likelihood. Which means nuclear devastation for Western Europe, including Russia. Why did they fucking shoot Chernobyl?
Because Putin's a dipshit. Like.
Yeah. And meanwhile, we're also seeing what very well could be a war in between Pakistan and India, even though like China is trying to like get them to cool off. And this is due to like there was a massacre that neither side are claiming, but both sides are blaming each
Mm-hmm.
other for. And if the intel is trustworthy and by all intents and purposes it should be, very well could be a war within the week. Both of those countries are armed with nukes.
I don't know what to tell you. It sounds like everything's just kind of tits up right now.
Trump keeps threatening to invade both Canada and Greenland and Panama.
I don't know why Panama.
Panama Canal.
Oh,
He's very mad that the U.S. doesn't own the Panama Canal anymore. Although apparently he got legal ownership of the Panama Canal again.
I don't know. I thought it had to do with who's the band that did the song Panama?
I don't know.
It's not Slayer. Slayer doesn't.
La 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 lava, Georgia.
Panama song. Van Halen. I don't know why I brought that up.
Black Rock bought the Panama Canal. Awesome.
Who bought the Panama Canal?
Black Rock.
Uh,
It's an American investment company that's also known for funding wars.
sorry, I don't have access to my to my sad trombone noise.
Yeah. They also are a massive weapons manufacturer, or they own a lot of weapons manufacturing. Anyway, who's your vote for the next contender at the Pope office?
Oh,
The Vatican's next top Pope.
I have seen a what's his fucking name? I know who you're talking about. You know what? I don't really know.
Yeah.
All the popes can suck my ass, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Do you think they're kissing each other in there?
maybe.
That's kind of hot.
I'd say that, like, apparently in his will, Pope Francis left a bunch of his money to basically posting bail to a bunch of prisoners.
Huh.
So, like, thousands of people got free because of it.
God damn it, game.
A backronym is an acronym from an existing expanding its letters into words of a phrase.
Oh, like Taco Cat.
Mary Tyler Moore insisted on wearing capri pants on the Dick Van Dyke Show. Network execs were uneasy, fearing the pants were cupping under and revealing too much of the rear. Despite initial fears, everyone thought it was great. The show was a hit.
Revealing too much of the puss.
I heard a phrase recently. If sex sells, then violence is clear in house. And it was in reference to they were talking about how different cultures have like different attitudes to like what's adult, what's too adult in America. For a long time, it was like really. I guess the word is prudish, but
Oh, are you?
there's a better word for it. They're talking about like what, like to how they censor sex and nudity, and how it's like seen as much of a cultural taboo compared to other countries like France.
Yeah, like
Continue.
I was about to say like in really old like black and white like sitcoms, you couldn't like show the wife and husband being in the same bed like that's why a lot of like like what's the word, like that's why it was like a thing like to have the husband and wife in separate beds in like sitcoms in the past because of that.
And then the other idea, well, then I went on to say, but like, meanwhile, a lot of American media is hyper violent,
Mm-hmm.
which is seen as something you should censor, something you should is taboo in other countries. So it's kind of like the interesting, or like in the USA, you're not allowed to show anyone actually drinking something in like commercials or television, a lot of television.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you can have a whole commercial about beer, but you're not allowed to actually show them drinking it. But in other countries, it's like alcohol's fine.
I think what's the word? I think like okay, I hate to bring them up, but South Park did like a thing of it. What's the word? Where like they did like one of those tradition like they did a what's the word? Sorry, I'm trying to think of the correct wording of it. Uh, they did a like a beer like a fake beer commercial, uh, on the show where like they like scream beer and like like beer boobs with beer, and then at the end they're like please drink responsibly because like you can't like as you said you can't really advertise beer without you know being like hey you need to drink responsibly and stuff like a little
Yeah.
like addendum. And I don't know, maybe I want to crush a no-dose into a Four Loko, the new Four Loko, and get the old Four Loko. Uh,
No, 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 little European boy. You can't drink four locos back to back. It's not like regular beer. No, no, no.
God, I wish I wish I was old enough to drink to try the original Four Locos. That shit sounded insane.
We could probably
I
recreate one.
don't want to recreate. Chris, I love you, but I
Tune in
feel
next time when we recreate the original Four Loco.
I love you, but I feel like if I recreated the original oh fuck, I fucked up. I don't think either of us would survive if we recreated the original Four Locos.
So you're saying we should?
I went to Panera semi recently, and I was very disappointed to see that they no longer had the charged lemonades.
Oh, I had a couple. I was mad when I didn't die.
Well, to be fair, you had them back when like it was still fairly new, and they weren't advertising that the fucking charged lemonades were what's the word? The charged lemonades were uh
Oh
energy
yeah,
drinks.
yeah. Well, it was charged lemonades, and I had heard they had killed a guy, and I was excited because of that.
Yeah, but he drank like 52, I think. I don't know.
No, he was just old and had a heart condition.
Oh, I'm older and I have a heart. I'm kidding now.
Um, but no, I had like three, and I was mad they didn't die.
Speaking,
I've noticed that as time goes on, caffeine doesn't quite do it to keep me awake that much anymore, which is not a good sign.
well, I don't. How do I put it? It's a, like. Sorry, I'm trying to think of the correct wording. Uh. Oh shit. Well, like, caffeine is. I don't want to like I don't want to be like a Puritan Christian where it's like caffeine's a drug. It like but it hits like the sorry I'm not making any sense, but it hits like the same like receptors and stuff of like uh how do I put it like like you can like get adjusted to caffeine and like not be able to drink it a whole like and then you like fuck I am not making any sense. Like you get adjusted to it.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Okay, sorry, I got confused about something. Hey, why don't you tell us a secret about... I almost said a secret. I don't know why I said secret. You know that Taco Cat spelled backwards is still Taco Cat? That's my favorite fact of all
You
time.
said that multiple times in this recording alone.
No, that was the first time I talked about Taco Cat in this recording.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
Nope. Because earlier in this recording alone, I talked about what a backronym is, and then you said Taco Cat.
Shit.
Don't
Shit.
you fucking gaslight me, you little bitch.
I'm gonna be real honest. I don't. I would gaslight on accident. You know what I mean?
So you're such an unreliable person that you just lie constantly?
Well, no, I don't lie constantly. It's
Whether or
just
not you mean to?
like, okay. So I know you said that we had that conversation literally like 5 seconds ago, when we were like, talking about the backronym, and you're right. We did probably like talk about that, but like, my brain does not remember talking about it. My brain's an unreliable narrator in my own head, if that makes sense. Where like we did have the conversation, but my like I didn't comprehend it, and thus fuck, I don't know what I'm trying to say. The point is, if it seems like I'm gaslighting somebody, I'm really not.
You're just a will guy. Should we freak?
No. It's not because I'm a little guy. It's because, what's the word? It's because as I said, I'm my own unreliable narrator, and so if you like say something and I don't have a vivid recollection of that thing, like what's the word? Like that thing happening, you could be like, I called your grandma a racist, like 10 minutes ago in the recording, and it's like, did I really say that about your grandma? And I wish I knew where I was going with this conversation.
Okay. Seaweed is not plant. It's algae.
Mm.
Led Zeppelin's attorney helped assemble a hard rock band called Blackjack. The band was fronted by singer Michael Bulletin and opened for major rock acts. Poor sales and lack of label support caused Blackjack to disband. Bulletin changed his name to Michael Bolton and started a solo career. During World War II, John F. Kennedy was rejected for military service because he suffered from Addison's disease and chronic back pain. He used his father's political influence to join the U.S. Navy.
If he had subtractions disease, he might have gotten in easier. That was terrible. I'm sorry.
He had subtractions disease when his skull subtracted from his body.
Jeez, oh my god. Man, god damn it.
Oh, that was bad. The discovery of quinine was treated as treatment for malaria, played a significant role in the colonization of Africa by Europeans. And the prime reason Africa was ceased to be known as the white man's grave. In Greece, it is common for both bridegrooms and brides to wear stephanas, or tiara-like headwear. In 1868, Zadok Dindrik designed and built a steam-powered human-like robot called Daniel. Pulled a cart.
Did he pull a cart?
Yes.
Cool.
U.S. doctors infected Guatemalan prisoners with syphilis in secret experiments.
I mean, what else is new?
In the 1990s, NASA sent jellyfish to space.
There were no survivors.
They got vertigo when they came back to Earth.
The jellyfish?
Yep.
Huh.
Despite the controversy over Ada Lovelace being the first programmer, she was the first to realize that analytic engine, the earliest concept of a computer, could act on things beyond numbers, like music or symbols, marking her as a visionary who saw the full potential of computers.
Huh.
Voice-activated locks that promise to only open if the correct person spoke the correct password to a microphone have been around since 1908.
Damn, I didn't know what I'm thinking of like the girl like secret journal. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I wish I always like begged for one when I was younger. And it's like, isn't this just a diary? And it's like, no, it's a journal.
I don't understand the difference between diary and journal, to be honest.
Oh, there's not a difference. It's just misogyny.
Because I know, like, journals are a thing called journals because you journal in them, but
No, you see, what's the word? In middle school to whatever school, it was girly to like write down your thoughts and feelings and stuff, unless you like specified that no, it's a journal, which didn't work out a whole lot of the time. Well, no, sorry, the only case that I can really think of where this, whoops, you remember Diary of a Wimpy Kid, right?
yes.
Well, literally at the beginning of every book, he had to specify that, oh, I'm not writing in a diary. I'm writing in a journal,
Now, why is it called Diary of Wimpy, not Journal of Wimpy?
because people kept teasing him about it.
Yeah.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid was fucking nuts.
Yeah.
And Greg Heffley is Satan on Earth. I'm kidding. He's only a middle schooler. Middle schoolers have, like, no empathy.
But it,
How long have we been recording?
I don't know.
23 minutes. Grab that. Grab that. Grab that.
Yeah, this has been this episode. Bye.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a good night. And the word of the day is Sploinek.